So it's a very disappointing loss. Hopefully we'll take it to heart.
What's going on, Murph?
Why did you and Mom name me after something that's bad?
Oh, we didn't.
Murphy's Law.
For the San Antonio Spurs, Week 3 was like round 11 for Plant versus Canelo. Going down 3-1, taking losses to the Indiana Pacers, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their only win coming against the Orlando Magic, who have given the Spurs 2 of their 3 wins so far in the first 10 games.
Shots weren't falling, but I mean, we gotta give them a little bit of credit. They was playing pretty solid defense, so gotta give them that shout out.
Which currently puts the Spurs in 3rd to last in the Western Conference. But back to Murph. Now, Murphy's Law is commonly written as anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Some interpret this as chaos having free will, while others feel it's as simple as nature versus nurture in its truest form. As I looked deeper into Murphy's Law, I came across a version of the definition that puts a little bit of context into what the Spurs are going through right now. This is the version that I love best. Nothing is as easy as it looks. Everything takes longer than you expect, and if anything can go wrong, it will at the worst possible moment. So what we're going to do is ignore the stats that are telling us that the Spurs are any good. Like in the 3rd week in this NBA season, they were 7th in pace, 10th in guarding the three-point line, and still holding the 11th best defensive rating in week 3. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters, our record, not how good the Spurs can play for a quarter to 3 quarters. Even though it's fun to watch this team go to work. Indiana gave us a beat down in the paint, dropping 62 points behind Sabonis and Turner. When circumstance hits the San Antonio Spurs where it hurts, Jakob Poeltl goes down with health and safety protocols and is missing up to now 4 to 6 games. Then Dallas comes into San Antonio, and I swear, Jalen Brunson took the shape of Spurs killer Jason Terry and just killed us in the 4th quarter. Then we made up a trip to Disneyland and got lost in some daydream where we looked actually like a very competitive team for 2 seconds. Then we went into that steaming hot kitchen in Oklahoma City and got burned by the Thunder, who came back on the Spurs after a great first quarter. No, literally a fantastic first quarter. The Oklahoma City Thunder had to literally call a timeout after the first 4 minutes of the game just to let their fans finally sit down because they were waiting for 4 straight minutes and the Spurs were not letting them score. So Pop talked about the Spurs playing good for 1 quarter, kind of in a sarcastic way after the game. But those first 4 to 5 minutes of that first quarter were not just good, they were amazing. But I digress. Week 3 did not fall short in providing challenges for this young Spurs team to grow and to build a foundation on. Week 4 does not get any easier as they face off against the top 3-point percentage team in the NBA and the Sacramento Kings. The 3rd matchup against the Dallas Mavericks with Kristaps Porzingis back in the rotation, and a rematch versus the Los Angeles Lakers, who have won 4 out of their last 6 and are looking like a tough team that's starting to get something rolling. So the challenges continue. Back to Murph. So Murphy's Law is in full effect for the San Antonio Spurs. And it's all about how they respond and how they learn so they can correct those mistakes and be better for them.
Murphy's Law doesn't mean that something bad will happen. What it means is that whatever can happen will happen. And that sounded just fine with us.